Religion and politics have long shaped sexuality laws, as Eric Berkowitz's The Boundaries of Desire highlights. From the sanctity of marriage to criminal courts, sexual rights have been influenced as much by religious doctrines as by political agendas. For centuries, religious beliefs framed sex outside marriage as sinful, prioritizing procreation and condemning deviations as threats to societal stability. This translated into policies restricting sexual freedom, particularly for women. The church enforced chastity, embedding moral purity into law. Foucault argued that this marked the beginning of sexuality being monitored by authorities rather than individuals. In medieval Europe, Christian doctrines permeated law. The Catholic Church deemed sex an unseemly necessity within marriage, criminalizing same-sex relations and labeling non-procreative acts as sinful. This framework cast sexuality as something to be judged and punished, erasing personal autonomy in favor of a unified moral code. Courts and churches scrutinized intimate acts, making sexuality a public matter. The 20th century saw some shifts in societal values and laws, though often slow and fraught. Birth control, for instance, faced fierce opposition. In the US, activists like Margaret Sanger battled legal codes as restrictive as religious laws, partly due to figures like Anthony Comstock, who criminalized contraceptives. Even as birth control became more accessible, religious-based policies continued to limit reproductive rights, especially for marginalized women, with forced sterilizations justified as social improvement. Not all societies adhered to rigid religious views. Ancient Greece and Rome approached sexuality as part of life, emphasizing self-care over prohibition. In Foucault's view, these societies practiced self-discipline as a personal duty, not a moral command. But as Christian doctrine spread, this care of the self model shifted toward denial and repression, fundamentally changing the course of sexual rights for centuries. In the mid-20th century, secularization and the sexual revolution challenged long-standing restrictions. Laws criminalizing homosexuality, adultery, and marital rape were overturned. Berkowitz notes that while advances brought backlash, the growing awareness of individual rights reshaped power dynamics around sexuality. Decriminalizing homosexuality and legalizing contraception marked a rethinking of sexuality's public role, with secularization enabling greater personal autonomy. Religion and politics have continuously redrawn the boundaries of sexual rights. Even in secular times, these influences persist, illustrating the ongoing tension between institutional control and individual freedom. This history raises questions about balancing moral beliefs with personal liberties. Found this fascinating? Want to avoid the powers that censor and control your intimate life? Join us on lifesexplicit.com for unfiltered sex and relationship support and knowledge. Escape the algorithms and follow our Telegram channel. Visit telegram.lifesexplicit.com.